Sprinting to the future of law. Look ma, no ground. Soaring high on hoverbikes. Part 4. Legal issues. In the previous part of this issue, we overviewed several use cases of hoverbikes. Now let's discuss some legal and regulatory concerns with hoverbikes. While there are no specific mentions of hoverbikes in Indian regulations, the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Directorate General of Civil Aviation (DGCA) are likely to regulate operations of airborne vehicles like hoverbikes. Regulations would cover issues such as airworthiness, vehicle registration, permitted flight altitude, security, airspace management, and prohibited uses. Perhaps the biggest concern with hoverbikes is safety. Hoverbikes need to have their own enveloping airbags, rescue parachutes, and other safety measures. Regulators need to develop detailed safety regulations and the enforcement mechanism to ensure that hoverbikes meet safety standards. Hoverbikes can fly very close to apartment buildings and houses, so concerns about privacy, especially with surveillance-equipped hoverbikes, will have to be addressed. Claims related to breaches of privacy, harassment, hurt, and negligence may also arise. Hoverbikes have technological equipments, sensors, and software that can collect personal data, including location data. In India, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act (DPDPA) would govern the treatment of personal data. Similarly, geospatial laws would also have to be considered. Since hoverbikes would rely extensively on advanced technologies for navigation, communications, and governance, they may be vulnerable to cyber attacks such as hacking and malware. When such attacks happen, the Indian cybersecurity laws require that certain categories of incidents must be reported within a prescribed timeline. Any misuse of hoverbike capabilities will attract tort laws, consumer rights laws, and criminal laws. There could be cases of trespassing and interference in the peaceful enjoyment of one's property. The regulation should also address liability assignment in the cases of accidents and the falling of a failed hoverbike on people or property. So here are some legal and regulatory concerns with hoverbikes. In the next part of this issue, we will look at some environmental and operational considerations with hoverbikes.